development of regional blue economy in Niger Delta. Akwa Ibom State Police Command arrests 5 suspects and seize suspected hard drugs. Plus, Ambassador's Forensic Guide of Nigeria visits NTO management. Good evening and thanks for joining us. My name is Joy Ubani. A quick reminder that this broadcast is reaching you live on Star Times, channel 103, and on our social media handles, Facebook and YouTube. Do well to like and follow our page. And on to the news. The need for the development of regional blue economy master plan in the Niger Delta has been emphasized. Kevin Samuel reports that speakers at the Niger Delta 2026 Blue Economic Summit agreed that this will help unlock the economic potentials of the region.
Gathered here are critical players in the Nigerian maritime and coastal ecosystem. They are here brainstorming on the various ways of maximizing the economic potentials of the blue economy in the Niger Delta region. Speaker after speaker, the people agree that the blue economy, if properly harnessed, has what it takes to turn around the economic fortune of the region and the nation at large.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as I welcome you to this maiden edition of what we believe will be an annual stock-taking summit.
Let's start thinking about the medium frameworks that we need to put in place, and we're into those which are defined that we need to develop to be able to codify the different parts of the Niger Delta to understand where there's plenty of there's strengths in terms of the different sectors that we need to work with. Let's start thinking about diversification.
The Niger Delta holds assets capable of generating millions of jobs and restoring hope to its people. Nevertheless, achieving this promise requires addressing challenging facts. Pollution has damaged ecosystems. Insecurity has raised the cost of doing business. Government gaps have discouraged investment. And most critically, communities have too often been excluded from decisions affecting their own waters.
We support this Niger Delta initiative, basically based on pilots, we are wishing to move towards, but we definitely cannot compare ourselves to the Niger Delta.
Declaring the summit open, the governor of Akwa Ibom State, represented by the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Uko Udom San, assures of his administration's commitment to the full development and naturalization of the blue economy in the state, adding that he is convinced of the many economic benefits it carries.
It is a known fact that some of the best fish and crayfish come from our state, especially in Oron, Uran, and Ibadan local government areas. Today we are embarking on a multi-billion naira marine infrastructure project in Oron local government area, whose objectives include to revive maritime transportation, creating commercial activity within the maritime corridor in Akwa Ibom State, creating direct and indirect employment around the maritime ecosystem.
The summit has as its theme harnessing blue economy potentials for sustainable development in Niger Delta, setting the agenda for shared prosperity, sustainability and resilience. In Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
And now to security matters in the state. In furtherance of the directive of the Commissioner of Police, Akwa Ibom State Command, CP Baba Mohammed Azari, aimed at intensifying raids on criminal hideouts and identify black spots across the state. Operatives of the command have recorded another operational success in Eket local government area. A statement signed by the Police Public Relations Officer DCP Timfon John indicates that at about 4 o'clock in the morning on February 9, 2026, police operatives stormed and identified black spots in Eket where 5 suspects, 3 male and 2 females, were arrested. During the operations, the following items were recovered: dry leaves suspected to be Colorado, Lao, and liquid substance suspected to be intoxicant, assorted tramadol and codeine tablets, methamphetamine, otherwise known as ice, 1 unknown black powder, an ATM card, cash sum of 15,800 naira, and several pictures and documents. The statement further stated that the suspects are currently undergoing thorough investigation to ascertain the extent of their involvement and possible links to criminal activities. One of the suspects, Alpha Bamase, claimed that the recovered pictures were meant for an assignment. However, investigations are ongoing to verify this claim. The Akwa Ibom State Police Command remains unwavering in its commitment to raid the state of criminal elements and calls on members of the public to continue to support the police with timely and credible information. It's time for break. We'll be right back. Please stay.
The solution to your building and construction works is Regan Stones, dealer in chippings, hardcore, iron rods, cement, sharp sand, and blocks of all kinds. At Regan Stones, integrity is our watchword. We are equipped to deliver to you regardless of the quantity you desire. We scale every product with our weighing bridge so you can be rest assured of the exact quantity of products you buy from us. Our dedicated and committed staff, coupled with efficient automated vibrating machine, guarantee our unfailing delivery always. We have top-notch customer care services to attend to you in minutes. Locate us at Regan Stones, Goswell Akpabio Crescent, Shelter Upgrade, Rio, Akwa Ibom State. Our office line 0916-641-1972. Regan Stones, reliable and trusted. Regan Stones, quality beyond imagination.
Mind-blowing innovation in hospitality. Tastefully furnished rooms and apartments. Cozy restaurant with local and continental dishes. Exquisite spa, sound laundry and car wash. Free Wi-Fi and 24-hour spa and water supply. Feel the superior quality of hospitality and luxury as you unwind and relish the comfort of life. All at the Silver Luxury Hotel. Managed by Joy Hills Limited. Itiam Utop Street, Plot 100 Units L, Road Housing Estate, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. For inquiries and reservations, please call 0806-840-1220 or 0701-661-7341. Silver Luxury Hotel, Oasis of Comfort.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned. The management of NTUU has received the Ambassador's Forensic Guide Nigeria on a courtesy visit to the station. The purpose of the visit was to seek collaboration with the management of NTUU ahead of a 2-day sensitization program on the tax reform bill scheduled to hold on the 3rd and 4th of March 2026. Ufore took brings us the details.
Forensic Guard Nigeria is a non-profitable organization operating through a unified platform that promotes evidence-based practices to support fair justice delivery and build public confidence through structured training programs, professional engagement, policy advocacy, and collaborative partnerships. The team, led by Cletus Uko, upon arrival, was warmly received by the General Manager of NTUU, Mrs. Alice Ube. While commending NTOU for its consistency and professionalism over the years, the team leader explained that the purpose of the visit was to seek collaboration ahead of their upcoming 2-day sensitization program on the tax reform bill scheduled to hold on the 3rd and 4th of March 2026.
All right, let's do this seminar on the topic sensitizing people. I know there's many rumors are coming up. They cut here, go to bank, will cut your money, and all the rest. So all negative, don't really negative narrative, we don't want the minimum.
In her response, the General Manager of NTOU expressed delight over the visit, describing the sensitization program on the tax reform bill as timely and appropriate. She assured the delegation of the station's full collaboration towards the success of the event.
I think the time is just right now.
Yes.
That you should come on board now. There's so much misinformation around this topic. People are so confused. People are afraid. Let me say what? A lot of people are afraid. What will I do? What will I say in the bank?
Both organizations are partnering to take information on the government's tax reform bill to the grassroots. In Uyo Ufere Etu, NTA News.
Now, the expanding digital media exposure and the use of accompanying devices is a growing concern for many stakeholders, especially adults over wrong influence on minors. In Nigeria, the story is worrisome as some Nigerians believe children's access to digital devices and exposure to some apps should be regulated. Utube Achibon reports that answers to which is Utube Achibon in this report seeks answers to which time is right for minors to be exposed to the use of smart devices and possible effects on the children.
Smart devices are important for enhancing conveniences, efficiency, and security by automating tasks, providing remote control, and offering real-time data, among many other advantages. Beyond their usefulness, these devices are also proven to have their bad sides on persons without restrictions on age. However, in recent times, smartphones have become constant companions for children who use them for entertainment, gaming, and video streaming. While this exposure has educational benefits, worrisome, however, is excessive and unsupervised use, which, according to studies, can affect a child's behavioral pattern.
It is good to expose the child to know what is happening in the 21st century.
Dean, Faculty of Social Sciences, University of Uyo, Professor Aniken Brown, seems to differ a bit. For him, as control is often difficult, it behoves on church leaders and educators to also focus their teaching on moral topics that can guide a child even without parental influence.
The institutions that are given to granting orientation to people should be able to emphasize on this. Thou shalt not watch this. So that even when the parents are not there, others are not there to regulate, the moment they cite such on social media, they begin to regulate. If they get to 18, then they have unrestrained and unrestricted, and then they would have started late, but they would still have done whatever they wanted to do.
I think what we should major on is not denying the child access to phone at that age, but let's teach them ethics, let's teach them morals so that wherever they are, because they may even have access to phone which is not their phone.
As professional advice is preferred, some parents are already addressing the horrific trend from digital devices on their children. To them, exposing minors to smart devices is a no-no until these children attain certain ages good enough to make mature decisions.
No. They have no such right. They have no access to my phone. Because anybody can call me or anything can happen. In fact, whatever they see inside phone, that is what they are doing.
In fact, as soon as the child is off from secondary school, you can handle a phone. From 18 to 20 years, you can give that child a phone so that the child cannot be distracted. There is a consensus from concerned areas that parents and caregivers should be intentional about a child's upbringing through strict adherence to set boundaries and engaging them in dialogue about what they see on screen. Inuyo Utbe Achibon, NTA News.
We'll now pause for another break. We'll be right back again. Please stay tuned.
Rosefield Hotel. Come, feel the luxury of our contemporary hotel. We offer lodging and accommodation. Stay at our deluxe executive and luxury suite for your comfort. Experience extravagant dining and delicious meals by expert chef. Lounge at our exquisite VIP bar. Enjoy 24 hours power supply with free Wi-Fi services. Our security system is top-notch to ensure your safety. Ample parking space and laundry services available. The ambience is serene to make your stay memorable. We are located at number 1 Kilo Stage Road off House of Assembly Avenue, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. For reservations, call 070-650-41139. Rosefield Hotel, hospitality at its best.
Water is life. Aqua Cardinali Water provides the highest quality drinking water. Aqua Cardinali Water is owned by the Catholic Diocese of Uyo, produced and packaged by Cadison Enterprises Nigeria. It is available in 19 liters dispenser jar, 60 cl sachet, 50 cl and 75 cl table water. Visit Aqua Cardinali Water at number 34 Dominic Utuk Avenue, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Drink Aqua Cardinali Water, certified by NAFDAC and Standard Organization of Nigeria. Call 0903-288-2958. Aqua Cardinali Water. Drink pure. Stay healthy.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned. Now, accommodation like food and clothing is a fundamental human need, critical to the well-being of people, including students of higher institutions of learning. To many students, securing accommodation immediately after gaining admission is always a major challenge that puts many newly admitted into disarray. Charity James highlights the challenges faced by students in accessing accommodation after securing admission and the way forward.
There is no doubt to the fact that the increasing population of students in Nigeria higher institutions has continued to increase on a yearly basis. This causes accommodation to become a major concern for students in tertiary institutions in Akwa Ibom State and Nigeria at large, especially the freshers. After securing admission, the next critical step most students take is to secure accommodation, as it forms the foundation upon which a student's academic, social, and personal life is built. But this is always a challenge to them, as most tertiary institutions can house small fraction of their students on campus.
The government can produce a good hostel, a good space for the students and every other person. But if the government can create a space that can accommodate everybody, you understand, both the new and old, it will be okay for us.
I don't know if there's a way to just make accommodation around the school environment.
Room about, find where to squat, and I don't know whether the school also noticed that, but they will just keep notes until the student will just find a way or the wrong place to stay. So when they find out that the accommodations for those schools are not adequate for the numbers of students that's given the admission.
Appealing for the government to give us a accommodation grants so that we can maybe stay in a hostel or we can maybe rent an apartment somewhere else to stay, because accommodation is a challenge to Nigerian students.
This shortage has driven up costs of rents, making it difficult for students to afford decent housing.
Some people self-condemned are paying like about 250,000. So I think government should really look into it, because especially places close to school, the rents are very high that students can't even afford it.
The aspect of this apartment is really bad for us, because some of the landlords, take us all this something of their own, they're taking us like they used to have money to rent higher apartments, so that's why they're taking the rents high. If the house rent is house, I paid the agent, I paid everything, I consulted the landlord, so all those things, I did it. All those things made it a huge amount of money.
The university done in the Department of Film and Multimedia Studies, University of Uyo, Professor Charles Obot, is of the view that accommodation should be made a priority by both management of the institution, parents, and other individuals. The professor also emphasized the need for public-private partnership in the building of hostel accommodation for students.
And so many have been due, so many have been exploited by landlords and landladies, and the ones that are now paying the price for the society's complacency or society's refusal to hold government to account.
Students and parents are therefore encouraged to prioritize accommodation immediately after admission is confirmed to avoid being stranded.
For these students, a secure and decent place to live is not a luxury but a necessity for learning. In Uyo, Charity James, NTA News.
And that's it on the English segment of our news. We thank you for being part of it. Up next is our news in translation. Thank you. Mimpolo wesre tange banga udong okbe na ante kan na yin si ikbege korubli economic nkang Niger Delta. Ufo tomo bodis ke state mi mom membion dudio ition ida mo isoko esanga kutomo mo nkombo no woke eboge koto forensic guide ma du fo tomo entie uyo ba ri yemi belede meto fo tomo Ugang mi ko min di kan bo min kiri utri a chibonge kumbong ni yo akene danga antido commissioner sege mpo banga uforutum abodis ke stedemi akeno yo amana mbiomo na misang eka mum membion dudio ke nkoro kararo kengwet uforutumoro antido akombo ke uforutumoro ke senu Martin Fonjon ana medio ngoke ubako senkanika inang kusenefiong usokke kefiong esokke senemi kembio abolis kuforutumoro emarika ekemom mbiondu dio itun itaike diden iba ekedo iban amo soke tangeboke emaibo mom mensionsio mpo ubaro ngomibok ebo me nsionsio kad eseke kama esion kok esi ebo mo ibara ibarakok yemme mpomfin ambonowo eniengeke welero sokotangdo boke esogenam ndungo mbato de kreboke kaiso emumbio nduriomi emane nam statement ada neke uforutum NTA Uyo etangebo kemimo yaino nka ekuto forensic guide Nigeria ayoro iberedem ba toro moy kaneben minsun sundu tam yenanga mo ewot afre rimburu moy ketangami ida bonu forutum do ekeriere uforutum NTA Uyo ba toro idiyem iberedem etu forutum do ko mbomi yoyo
ebo ikoro forensic guide ni ado ibogo Ambonu etu beriana atoken bagaturo ediana ekribuke nuevo enu menemo akene mensun sundu tamyenanga amo sikinam imani dana meyin sinsu uforutum fenedi kambuke idangan asonada ebowami adobe take letus uku akidara moson kida modi wo uforutum NTU imari ekamba wokama kemutum kuforutum NTU ma Alice ubi amadara mota titi irabowonko esoko ekomi forutum NTU kimmo Isiongo keda enamutumo niki amabuki bugodu eyemibere mjeri nakit itu uforutum enti akene lutumemo yerilam amobaka irimi asokoriki afion match iswani amosoke yanebuki eyem ya uforutum enti enam yakme afrewu edionye banga mntiyo mpose mwaginam Goro Malis Upi Ama Ward University Tati Abuke Mbutumu Wakinami Abuke Tati Abuke Uforutumenti Nku Eyano Mo Ayoli Berim Batu Dikake Mbutumu Awo Walidim Ebuke Ebubemi Ekutu Forensic Guard Nigeria Mi Nkoruforutum Enti Ebiyanaki
Ukangin tembong ni netrero ki ko bibio tuti nimfe ni mai tammiri ye mufam bongfen ya asere so songo ke mbangutong